Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of your favorite show, the one and only Reds You. Before I begin, do me a favor, make sure that you subscribe to the channel right here or hit that like button or the dislike button is all good as long as we get some traction, help the algorithm out. All right, so y'all know I had to speak on it. Y'all know I had to speak on it, man. Beyonce, Queen B, she can't do country music? Beyonce, you say? She cannot do country music. Now, why are you saying this, J Red? Well, in case you've been hiding under a rock, she debuted two new singles that happened to be country records that was during the course of the Super Bowl. Now, I know she has a Verizon commercial that played during the Super Bowl. I can't remember if the songs played on there, but a couple of weeks ago, Beyonce did have those singles that debuted on Tidal, all streaming platforms, right? So since then, I knew once she went into the country music realm, I knew what was going to happen. For one, it was going to get bashed by people of the culture because traditionalists want her to do R&B music. They don't want her crossing different genres. The same crybabies that complained about her venturing off and doing like the house music, dance music with the Renaissance Act One. Those are the same people who had something to say about the country record. So I knew that was going to come. But the main thing I knew that was going to happen was racism. I knew white folks were about to be pissed that Beyonce was coming into their culture. And let me tell y'all what it is. First of all, black people created country music. We all know that. White people know it. Everybody knows that black people created country music. So Beyonce's really, and she's from Texas. So Beyonce's coming to her roots, right? So the thing is, this is what the issue is. White people are afraid that Beyonce is going to take over country music. See, they think that not only Beyonce, but when you got black people that start trends like this, because one thing about Beyonce and other black artists as well is what we do, we put our all into, and somebody of her stature, somebody of her caliber comes into a genre, oh, she's gonna sew the game up. She's gonna do what it do, and that's gonna influence everybody else to do the same thing. Now, you remember a few years ago when Old Town Road came out, they were bashing Lil Nas X at first. You know what I'm saying? This is before he came out as gay and all this other stuff, right? But they were bashing him at first. They were giving him a hard time, and that's because of the massive success that Old Town Road was getting. So you've had white people, and I'm calling them out because that's what their culture is now, even though we started country music. But you know, they're dominant. They're dominant in the country music genre. So with Beyonce, like I said, you know, when she does something, she's gonna do it big. Now, the thing is, Texas Hold'em is number one on the country charts, on the Billboard country music charts. That is number one. I don't know where 16 Carriages is. Those are the two singles, 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em. And Texas Hold'em, you see that on TikTok now. They're doing line dances to it. You know how black folks do. We go all out, but they're real good songs. And I'm not a country music head myself. Some country music I like, I have liked before, but this is a country and showing that I think her album is dropping in March, Renaissance Act 2. So Beyonce, I just want to applaud her real quick for venturing off and doing different things, stepping into different genres, because at this point in her career, where else can she go? She could still be killing doing what she's been doing, but I applaud her for making a difference, doing different things in order to reach more people and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Because people doubted her with Renaissance Act 1, and look what happened. It blew up, and she did a worldwide tour, history record breaking tour. Everybody showed up in their flashy material and stuff like that. It was a big party. Now she's doing the same thing with country music. So I'm excited to see what she does. I'm not a country music fan, but I'm excited for that. But let's talk about the racism issue. So there was a couple of radio stations, I believe, that refused to play the country records that she put out. And I knew that was coming. I knew that it was coming because if you remember back when she dropped Lemonade, I believe she had a country song that was on that album, and she tried to perform that. She tried to perform it at the CMT Awards, some country music awards, if y'all remember way back. And there was a discrepancy with that. People, you know, they didn't like that, right? So out of everybody who had to say something, former Dukes of House, I said Dukes of Hazard. It's Dukes of Hazard. Y'all remember that show? I didn't grow up on it, but I'm familiar with the show. The actor John Schneider, he had something very racist to say towards Beyonce. And in case you've been hiding under a rock, let me play this so you can hear exactly what he said.
They've got to make their mark just like a dog in a dog walk park.
Fair
Every
use.
dog has to mark.
Oh, let me go back. Fair use. Let me make sure I say fair use before that. So let me play this again.
They've got to make their mark just like a dog in a dog walk park. Every dog has to mark every tree,
Yeah.
right? So that's what's going on here. They've got to make their mark just like a dog
Mm.
in a dog walk park. Every dog has to mark every tree,
Yeah.
right?
All right. So not only was it racist to talk about, comparing Beyonce to a dog. That's one thing, right? Because that's what he was doing. Showed his racism right then and there. But what he was saying in a racist way was that, hey, marking your territory as a dog, meaning what? When I mark my territory, that means that I own it. That's my ground now. That's my area. Nobody can do this. I didn't mark my territory. So that means that she's marking her territory in the country genre. They don't want Beyonce coming over and taking over their shit. That's what it is. That's the reason that he said that. Now, of course, it was in a very racist manner comparing black people to dogs, but that's been a part of history. I get that. So of course he received backlash and all this other stuff. But to me, it was a subliminal message saying, hey, keep these Negroes over there. Let them do hip hop. Let them do R&B. Let them slightly do pop, but keep them in that urban demographic, all that other stuff, right? We took this culture from them, and that's that. But no, they know what'll happen. They know Beyonce about to kill this. You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce is about to make more money than any country artist that's out currently. And you see, it wasn't no competition out there. There's no country. If Beyonce wants to switch to country, she ain't got no competition out there. Not in large capacity on her level. Now, the thing is, I can understand how people can be critical of somebody else coming into what they do. I get that. And I'll say this, I'm not 100% mad. I'm not mad at all about those white folks that don't want her coming in the country genre. Here's why I say that. Because even though black people did start that, right? They took it over. They took it over because we let them take it over. I wish that we gate kept hip hop in that manner. I wish that we did that. We need to get on their level. Like I don't. I see an issue, of course, because genre should be for everybody. I'm with that all day. But if we would have did this for hip hop, we would have had control of our own culture and controlled our own narrative. They're looking at it like this is our culture, even though y'all started, this is our culture, and we're the gatekeepers, and we said we're not going to play this, right? If we did that for hip hop and R&B, don't you realize how further we would be, how further advanced we would be? And this is not reverse racism or anything like that. It's just talking about gatekeeping because you got a bunch of white folks who probably don't care with what old boy said. They probably are for it. Yeah, Beyonce, you stay over there. Y'all afraid that we're going to come and take that shit over. It is what it is because guess what? It went number one. When she puts that album out, it's going to go platinum. I'm going to stream it. I might even buy it just to make y'all mad. But Beyonce venturing off to do different things is very monumental for the culture in general because we started country music. So I would like to see more black folks going over to country music. And I know it's black folks that do make country music. Like I said, I'm not in that genre and I don't pay attention to that genre unless it's like a super popular song that comes out. Try that in a small town. And then I pay attention to it then. But yeah, like Beyonce going into her Texas roots, she's doing that country music. And oh my God, if you look at the thumbnail, she looks so sexy while she's doing it. Oh my God, she's killing it. So they know what it is. When black people got that flavor, we're going to go over there and we're going to kill it. And we're going to take the shit over. And more is to come because she's dropping a whole album and that'll influence other people to drop some more albums and go into the country genre. So gear it up, white folks. It's coming. It is what it is. But like I said, to play devil's advocate, I'm not fully mad at them for wanting to gatekeep their culture. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeep their genre of that, because if we would do that at the BET Awards and we would do it at the Source Awards, we would do it however we would do it, then we would have control of our culture. That's what you call control. And I want black folks to pay attention to that. How they're saying, no, we don't want to play her records at this radio station. That ain't really country. That's called controlling your culture. What if we would do that as R&B artists, as hip hop artists? If we would say, no, that's not hip hop, right? Now we do it to each other, Like we do that all day. You hear Most Def, your same base say that about Drake, that Drake ain't hip hop, he ain't this and that or whatever. And we amongst us, we do that a lot. But when it comes to somebody like Eminem, and I'm not against white people doing rap music. I'm not against anybody for doing any type of music, but I think that we could take a page out of their book if you want to gatekeep your culture. If you want to gatekeep your culture and you want control of the narrative to where they can't just put out any images or depictions of what they want with the sexy reds and Sukihanas, all the negativity, then you could have a say so on what is hip hop, what is not, what is R&B and what's not. You should take a page from what they're doing. But on the other side, forget that it's about to be taken over and ain't nothing y'all could do about it. I salute Beyonce. She knew this was coming because from the experience that she had last time. See, they were, it's nobody gatekeeping that whole dance house music vibe. She was able to do that because the lane was open, but she knew the harsh criticism she was going to get from those Caucasians once she dived over to the country music genre. She knew that it was coming, and I think she's ready for war. And guess what? The Beyhive are going to be there for her. They're going to come. And I can't wait till she goes on a tour to do that. That's going to be phenomenal. And for the folks who don't like it, oh well, you know. But those are my 2 cents. They don't want her doing country music, but they're afraid that we're going to take over. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you dislike it, you can dislike it as well. Most importantly, follow me, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/redsview. And also in this corner right here, you can check out my latest EP. It is called Rewind, and you see it scrolling right there. It's available on all streaming platforms. I do hip hop, I rap. I don't do country music. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.